Okay, so we actually have some new info for JP, and this is going to go one of two ways. Either power creep is about to kind of accelerate like we've never seen before, or we're going to go back to like 2025 first half from January to April, where besides Shoko, it was literally shitter after shitter after shitter after shitter. Okay, so we'll see. But what is this? Basically, they announced the maintenance. And this could definitely mean that it basically might confirm the second unit. And it's not a guarantee, but I would definitely say that now we have very good information to kind of suggest a second unit. We've already been thinking there would be a second unit. And we're going to go into full details now. So let me know what you guys think. First of all, do you think this, or like with the information I'm going to give, do you think it does confirm a second unit? Let me know. And also, if it is a second unit, go down in the comments right now. Let me know who you think the second unit would be. And leave a like on the video so that this gets pushed out, of course. And now let's get into it. So on the 19th, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. We're getting the Sukuna chapter update, and so we're getting the Sukuna chapter update. That's basically all we know right now. And this is going to be what's called Thunderclap, I think. They call it Thunderbolt here, but I think it's called Thunderclap in English. And essentially, this is going to be Toji versus Megumi, Sukuna versus Jogo, Sukuna versus Maharaga. Those are the three big fights. And at this point, there's so many units they're going to be able to like make. Like they could do very easily Wiwi, Kusakabe, Naobito are like three big new characters, new playable ones. And we're very soon to get a lot more for sure. Now, on the 19th, that's going to be the new chapter. But then we also have this gacha ending on the 23rd. So it's very possible either on the 19th or the 23rd, we're going to get a new banner. And this does line up because last time when we got maintenance, which was on the 22nd, we did get a Shoko rerun and then also a new map event. So there's two things to keep in mind. Number one, this is going to be a map event no matter what. Number two, a map event would suggest not a brand new unit. For example, in January, we got Miwa. February, it was Inumaki. March, it was Maki. And then April was a story event. So, and then the map event was a rerun. So there's two possibilities. Either it's like Ino, where it's like, it's going to be map event rerun into a story event. But then if it is a story event end of month, the thing is with that is that the next banner, right, it would be like May where we get a unit on the 20th, but then it would also suggest we always get a unit at the last like 2 days of the month. So it's either this month or next month we get 2 units. And why this is important is because we've gotten 1 unit for 2 months. And if they start making it a bit quicker, well, there's 2 things that could happen. Either power creep is going to become much more rampant because since May we've been getting strong units, or it means they're going to slow down on power creep. So I'm pretty excited for 2 units because I want to see what they're going to do, but we'll have to see. Now I think it's very likely because on the 23rd there's going to be no banner from then till the 30th. We're going to get a new banner. Now, is it going to be a new unit or just a rerun? We'll have to see. That is for sure. Now, we do know that we're getting the new playable unit at the end of the month, which would suggest the 30th, so keep that in mind. Like we see here, late August is when we get new playable character, which means a Shibuya character, right? But we could definitely get a new unit either on the 19th with the maintenance or later, right? Because last month it was a rerun, but now what, are they just going to do some like shitty ass rerun of like Mei or something? Like no one's going to want that if we're being completely honest with each other. And this maintenance had a lot more. It had the SP buffs. I don't think we're going to get SP buffs. And they also had the skill UI, which definitely was nice. But considering everything, I would definitely say it is maybe more likely for us to actually get a brand new unit, right? I think it makes a lot of sense because last maintenance, right, when they released was SP buffs, and then also Dagon was right after it, right? There was new units being released in that time frame. And why would they do it this early, right? The thing I think back to goes all the way back to January of 2025, which had Miwa, right? The maintenance, yes, it was for sweep, but then right after on the 23rd, we got Miwa. And for me, this is more how I would personally see it, is that we're going to end up getting a unit in similar to Miwa, where it's not the first time we've gotten them. And my personal bet is gonna land on Panda. Now, I did see this where they showed the new Maki and new Inumaki, but they didn't have a new Panda. So Panda's definitely due. Also, every unit on this list is pretty much going to be set up for a new unit, right? We've already went through Maki, Inumaki, Nanami, Meimei, Ino, right? So I definitely think a Panda is set up, and why Panda would make sense is because this is the moment, unless I'm mistaken, let me know down below, of course, that basically like Sukuna orders everyone not to move, and then they're playing like a game of tag where like they're waiting for the meteor to come crashing down, and then he says go. So this is what happens in this part of Shibuya, unless I'm mistaken, let me know. And it would also go in line with the Kusakabe. I think it would just be a nice little thing where it's not a super hype month in terms of units, but they could make the kits very good. So personally, it's all lining up with the maintenance, with the rerun banner end date being the 23rd, meaning that for 7 days, a whole week, there won't be a banner. It's a bit sus, right? So with that, with the new chapter, right, alongside a maintenance, in the past, maintenance is almost always releasing new content. I mean, we could scroll back even further if we'd like. This one being, is that the Nanami one? Yeah, it seems like this is a maintenance that they had for Nanami. So it's like when you, is it this? Because maintenances usually come with a new unit, right? Maintenances usually come with a new unit or a rather sizable update. Oh no, wait. I don't even know. This one was for map event rankings and like a bunch of other shit. So sometimes, yes, it's not going to be for new units, but it's usually either new units or hyper reruns, right? That's the biggest thing, because the maintenance for the, in July was for Shoko, right? And that's a pretty hype rerun if we're being completely honest with each other. But I don't see them doing like, because last time we got insane SP buffs. Also, I think this is like 3,000 to 4,000 cubes. Like, we didn't get this much. So to me, it's like, okay, we're going to get the EG Cheese Struggles Part 2. It's going to be with probably a Panda. If it's not Panda, I don't know who else it would be, right? Because like maybe Nobara, but okay. Actually, you know what? Nobara could happen. Let me know what you think, but a blue damage debuffer Nobara, damage increase debuffer Nobara could go hard, because we don't have a damage increase debuffer, right? We have Momo for damage buffs, but we don't have a damage debuffer, right? So I think a Nobara could happen, but I'm kind of leaning towards Panda with a Kusakabe. Like, it kind of fits. Not that it really matters, but I feel like now could be a good time to release Panda. So we'll see very soon. I just want to make this because, you know, I definitely think these types of little speculation videos are fun, and we're going to find out probably in 3 to 4 days what's going to be happening with the banner. If it's a rerun, I'm going to make a post where, well, obviously I kind of lost, right? Obviously. Now, a Panda, I would love in fashion comparing to Saki. I would love a very similar unit to Saki. I think it could be very good. Where this is so odd. Anyway, where like she does damage and then she has a 2-turn taunt, which means she could technically like continuously, if she has like a CE memory, continuously taunt 2 units, right, back and forth, which is very strong. And she gives herself damage reduction, which is paired along other things, right? So we know how Saki works, but I would say a unit that does damage while taunting could be very fun for yellow. Now we have Mekamaru, which is why I'm like, it'd be more kind of a, not a necessary unit, but make him so good that it's like, you don't need him, but he makes your life easier. That's what Choso is. You don't need him, but he makes your life easier. I would love that with a Panda. And then of course, after that, I'm expecting a blue Kusakabe, right? Yellow really doesn't have many units. I feel like we're going to get a lot of yellows. Red, they need DPS. That's all they really need. And a red stat debuffer, and then we're chilling. But it's like, I would say yellow could get some good units, like either an insane buffer near anniversary, or we just get someone like Panda as a sub DPS. Because right now, sub DPS wise, the only real sub DPS is Mekamaru. And like, I guess you could say Yaga and Degumi, but like, it's a bit more case by case. I would want a tried and true sub DPS who probably tanks or buffs, right? One of the two, but probably more of a tanker, I think could be good. Be what Dagon couldn't, right? That's the thing. And then for blue, Kusakabe stat buffer would be huge. We'll have to see though. But yeah, no, this maintenance pretty much confirms that we're getting something at least. We don't know what exactly it's going to be yet, but it's definitely possible that it's pretty good, right? I just want a Panda. It's been a while. It's been a while, actually. And, you know, it would definitely kind of be reminiscent of January, where we didn't even know. Like, for example, we knew that Muta was coming before we knew that Miwa was coming, right? They did the reveal, like, I don't know, on the 14th, 15th. And then they revealed Shibuya. They revealed Muta, but they didn't reveal Miwa, right? And this is very similar to the fact that we have the unit here revealed, but we don't know, like, we know there's a maintenance coming. And we know that there's a unit end of month. And we know there's an update before then, so we'll have to see. Anyway, that's going to be it. Let me know what you think. New unit or not?